I love video games, especially Mass Effect and Dragon Age are probably my favorite. I love Star Trek, Babylon 5, basically sci-fi I love.
I used to ride BMX bikes and do backflips in concrete skate parks, and that takes quite a bit.
My children and grandchildren are here, so I'm fortunate I have my family here. That's my fun time, that's my hobby.
Metal art, I do wood burning, leather burning, stuff like that also.
I have a fantastic cat who is very needy and very loud, but he's adorable and cuddly and perfect.
At some point, I will try to take my art somewhere to bring that to a broader audience.
I would like to travel. I mean, that's what I would like to do. Maybe get an RV.
I just ended up liking the man arts, I guess, I don't know what else you would call them, but mechanics have always interested me. I love tinkering.
I'm a retired hobo. I've spent over a decade hopping freight trains and traveling the whole country.
My income is disability. It doesn't keep up with the cost of anything, so I've experienced homeless twice.
I had a roommate, and he attacked me, and it was his house, so I moved.
My significant other at the time was pretty much dealing with a state of psychosis. It became safer for me, believe it or not, to be on the street.
I was escaping domestic violence in a small town further away, and I just left there I didn't even have a purse on my arm.
The rent just got to the point where disability wasn't even covering the rent of a room in a house.
Thankfully, thank God, I did not go through any of the staying in the woods or anything. Like I said, I do have children, so I might have spent a night or two at my daughter's, but I'm not dependent upon them there.
It seemed like every time I tried to get myself situated, something would happen in the world that would change that.
I tried for a while to stick around, and a lot of friends helped me. I got to couch surf for a while, so thankfully I wasn't on the streets.
I was on the streets probably for about 2 years before, just being moved around all the time and seeing, it was just scary. It was really scary.
Go back to school, I've had that yelled at me plenty of times, I've had people tell me to go get a job.
It is incredibly stressful. My physical disabilities include a lot of chronic pain, so if I would have to sleep somewhere that wasn't a bed, I would be in a lot of pain, like even floors. If I sleep on a floor at a friend's place, I wind up having a lot of difficulty moving around the next day.
In the beginning, I was with nothing but a backpack and the clothes on my back. A change of clothes. I generated enough money holding a sign to go get myself a tent.
I'm very good with budgeting because you have to be when you don't have much. And yet it's still I still wound up in that situation.
Can you imagine going to your house and having to pick out, as much as you could carry and having to carry it all day long if you don't want to get robbed or have to do without food, water? You have to carry it all with you.
So when you're that stressed, you can't think. You can't really plan. There's not a lot of hope when you're that stressed. It's just a constant pressure inside of you that eats your energy, eats your brain, and you just keep spiraling down.
And I never panhandled or anything like that, but I did a whole lot of, I guess you would say, on the clean side of hustling. I would go out, man, what do you need? Anybody, I see your yard's full of stuff. Sometimes I would work 12 hours for $10 and 3 meals.
We had to do a Thanksgiving out of an old Ford Econoline van, but we were together, and to me, that meant everything. So that was probably the hardest holiday that I've had. You see a group of homeless people on the corner, and they look like they're having the time of their lives. Typically, what you're gonna notice is if they do have bad habits, is they're coping with that lack of community. They don't have anybody, a real support system, other than people encouraging you to do bad things.
It's safe to think, it's comforting to think that homeless people have earned it, that they've done something wrong. because that way you can think that you're doing all the right things and you're safe. You're not going to wind up homeless. But that's not true. It happens to anyone.
It's very easy for people to make judgment and fill in these gaps. They'll make up a story, whatever's easiest. Believe it or not, it's not the easiest thing in the world that gets everyone to homelessness. Sometimes it's the hardest struggle of your life.
Just because you're homeless does not mean you don't have options. It doesn't mean that you don't have a purpose.
You know, we're all just a couple of paychecks away from being here.
It's not until you go through it that you could possibly understand it 100%.